my sweet, so won't you come with me? There's oh so much to show in this grimdark distillery. So if you like bullshit or want some hobby tips, this nightmare priest nigh unbinary hell world magnificent welcomes you. Hello, my sweets. Good morning. Sorry we are a bit late. I was trying to get episode 1 of Piss Pants up. I recorded it last night, or edited it, and fucked that up. So, got that fixed today though. So, I literally just finished, so expect that to be up sometime after the stream today. It's good. It's about an hour and 10 minutes of Shankly and myself being fun. Possum! Hello, my sweet. Wonderful to see you. I, this morning, was trying to get everything set up on the fourth wall, and it's just like, god damn. It just seems like everything is just extremely difficult to figure out how all the pieces work together. So, time to get back to what I know what I'm doing. And, yeah. So, I made a small amount of progress since we have last seen one another. Hope everything is okay. No one got hurt in the plane crash. Yes, no, me too. That's... Shankly messaged me, Steve messaged me about that shortly after it happened. I don't know. I did not look into many of the details, but I found out about it from him almost immediately after it happened, while he was in Louisville. So, yeah, no, hopefully everyone is okay. Heavy note to start on. How do we follow that up? Cat boys? Let's get to cat boys. Let's do some cat boying. So, I'm pretty much at a new point in working on these, where we are trying to figure out what arms, what hands, those kinds of things go into them. The heads, sculpting the heads, I'm probably going to do after I've got the rest of the model dialed in. But while doing that, I've been looking pretty much through my bits box, trying to find arms and whatnot that are going to fit, and dropping little heads. Something. Good morning, Star. Yeah, fuck daylight savings. See, that's what I asked about that the other day. I was like, does everybody do daylight savings, or is it just us? Because that seems kind of crazy, and especially when you're making content for like people that are in other parts of the world. I was like, when do I start that? Something like 50,000 gallons of jet fuel. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I would think that's a Necron head. How the did that get in there? Yeah. God damn. Oh, come on, Eli. What are you doing, man? Okay. Yeah. No, I would assume that I would have to have some kind of impact on the air quality. Yeah, just very sad. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, we're gonna try. Maybe there. Let's do that. Let's drop this guy down like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Yeah, you know what, you guys. If that camera bothers you, I can do something about it. I'm just thinking it might be best for the shot if I can get it a little bit closer. We're just dialing this stuff in now. I know I've been doing it for, fuck, let's see. It's November. Like 6 months? Like 6 months just YouTube. Yeah, so you would think that I would have this dialed in by now, but I've just been building, painting all the time. And now I'm finally at the point where I can be like, how do I use all that stuff that I bought? That arm looks a little bit too small, maybe. Not beefy enough. I need an arm somewhere between there and here, which is typically like an orc arm. So, I am going to hold on to that though, because that, see, that's too small, or it's too big for those guys. It is about the right size for the shaman. I do like that halberd. That honestly would have made a good cat head right there. I like all these cat tails too. We got a bunch of fun little cat tails. Cat tails. Woo! DuckTales, you know? A show that came out like 30, 40 years ago. Everybody remembers that, right? I'm sure you don't. Anywho, it had Baloo the bear. It had Kurt Baloo the bear. That's a good head. That would be a really good head for the Minotaur, actually. We might take that head. We might take that head and we might just use it as is, because that actually is really good. I think I'm going to take that head. That is pretty much exactly the kind of shape, the kind of size that I was going to try to cut this down to. We're going to take that head. Sorry, friend. Yeah, we're taking the head. Oh! So today, expect to see, well, not today. Don't expect to see them today, but expect to see them in this week. Today I will be going to my friend Alan's house, and he is going to do some picture stuff that he does oh so well. That is such a good head. I'm so pumped about this head right now. We're going to need to find a saw. There it is. But yeah, fuck daylight savings time. I've never been a fan. That's my stance. It seems unnecessary if you think about it for longer than 5 seconds. Especially since 100 years have passed since we thought it would be. Which is what I think, that's what makes the whole thing so fucking crazy to me about, like, I don't remember, I think it was Indiana. There's one of the, Indiana or maybe Illinois, one of them that did not adopt daylight savings time until like within the past decade, and it's just like, dude, how the fuck do you wait almost 100 years and then be like, you know what, it's kind of a good idea, let's get on that. The rest of the world might know what they're talking about, and it's just like, dude, come on. It's not a good time to switch. If anything, we should all just stop. But, as they say, different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Yeah, okay. I was not initially thinking that we were going to just do, okay, a basic head swap. And we're going to do, obviously, we're going to do more. You all know that. But, switching out this head, which I do very much like, it does remind me very much of an angry kitty tar. Yeah, that's good. That's a good head. It's got some little ears on it, too. We're going to give it some bigger ones, though. Don't you worry your little silly selves. Yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good day. Hopefully everyone is okay after the plane crash yesterday in Louisville. I know Shankly is. The people that I know in Louisville are. So that is a blessing. Pull this forward a little bit. That way it fits inside there. And we might all of this is much thicker than what I had initially expected, which means we might need to raise it up. Yeah, let's raise it up a little bit, which means that those pecs might need to change as well. We can make them bulkier, make them bigger, whatever needs to be done, to be honest. We'll figure something out. So you prefer now time standard or what we just had, daylight savings? Oh God, I don't know. We just need to pick one. The thing is, time, it just doesn't work like that. You can't like cheat time. You only have so much time. And I understand that it's just like, oh, we're factoring in the rotation of the Earth, all these things. But when you look into like why we actually started doing the whole thing, it's just like none of the reasons for why we actually started doing it still, one, exist, two, pertain to anything. So it's just a, if we're going to do it, I think everyone should do it. We all use time. I think I prefer standard. Like I just don't like switching back and forth and pretending like, oh, we have more time now or we have less time. Getting people that are in the same area of land to use different time is just kind of crazy, because time, you're not time traveling. Like, I love the time travel bit, don't get me wrong. But we don't actually time travel. Okay, now see, from that angle, that looks really good. I'm just wondering if that is too thick. No, there we go. It needs to go back in a little bit. We need to remove a little bit more of that. And then it will make sense. So I guess, yeah, I really don't mind which one we go with. And that's the thing, it fucking, guys, it gets dark in the winter. It just, that happens. It's gonna happen. So you kind of have to make adjustments to it. But pretending like we can just change time like that is kind of silly, in my very biased opinion. Extremely biased opinion. Okay, so, still working on this. We're gonna need to trim that down a little bit. Damn it. Okay, sorry guys. Now I got it back in the view. I don't know. If you think I'm crazy, let me know. I prefer not to just be crazy. And no one tell me. I just feel like it seems kind of silly. I don't like pretending like that. I like pretending like this. Little toys, that kind of stuff. But I'm not knocking anybody's way of pretending. Time just seems something we shouldn't pretend about. Now that is an angry kitty boy. Yeah, that's good. I love the top. The bottom, I don't know how much that actually works. I think it does. I think it does. I like when it gets darker earlier. You can go on a walk in the dark without it like being like fucking midnight. I get that too. It got like pitch black here yesterday at like 6 o'clock. So that's a little annoying. But again, it all just depends on the time of year, what's going on. I don't know. I would just like to have one set time that we are like, yep, that's what time is. That's where my issues comes in. I just want everybody on the same page. I don't want to have to worry about like, oh, hey, is it too early or is it too late to like stream my shit because other people in the world exist and they don't think that time is the same time right now. That's what I mean. Everyone knows how eloquent I am with my words. That doesn't read too much like a rat, right? No, that looks like a big kitty. Yeah, that's a big kitty. Okay. So. Man, might have even been able to use these feet. Oh, well. Now, as far as this hand goes, is that... Honestly, that probably works. That probably works. Let's see. What else do we have? That's a head. What else do we have as far as hands that are going to be the size of a orc's or a doom bull? Not doom bull, but an ogre. Maybe a white king. White kings have big hands, but they typically have a bunch of weird shit on them. That's a big paw. Don't worry, I'll find something. Bits, 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 bits. How big is this hand? It's roughly the same size. That, yeah, okay, that would work. So a Blight King hand would work. Or a Gore Chosen. Gore Chosen would also work. Let's see. Yeah, from here we're just going to be looking at finding the hands that we need, so we can slowly start piecing this thing together. You need a good hand. Well, since I've already got Necrons out, let's put that Necron back up. Why the hell did you get out of your cage? Get back in there. Nope, no other Necron bits needed. Yeah, podcast took a while to edit. Took even longer to figure out what the hell I was doing. As far as recording, I pretty much, the very first episode that was put out, and then I immediately pulled it back, was no sound. It only recorded the video because, yeah, I'm still trying to remember how the hell I did that, like, back in March. But I think I finally got it sorted, so that's a positive. That's a hand. That's a positive, and that's a hand, baby. So many of my hands have gone to, well, maybe. Well, so many of my hands have gone to, that might work too. My Emperor's Children. Anything that was larger than a human hand, or could be used for something like post-human, such as a star tease, kind of went towards them. So I just need to sort through and find, okay, that's too big. Yep, that's too big. These are too big. So, yeah, we're looking at light king size, anything really beefy. There's a bunch of teeth and stuff in here. We might hold those out here, just in case. Just in case we need them. Oh, no. No. Sorry, friends. We'll find the bits we need shortly. Okay, you know what? Let's actually just look in here at the hands that I've got for my Emperor's Children. Nothing too crazy. A whole bunch of little demons that need to be finished. Maybe someday. Alright, mummy. A mummy should be about the right size, right? That seems right. Yeah, mummy hand is about the right size hand. I don't think that that's going to really help us though, because Their hands are closed and we need it to be holding something. Oh, hey. These guys got big hands. Yes, they do. Yeah, okay, so we might end up going with corpse grinders. Corpse grinders have pretty big hands. They are not very proportionate. Another one would be Goliaths. Goliaths would be another one that would have hands that would work for what we're doing. Ooh. So, all the hands that have like skin pulled around them for the corpse grinders, we'll have to change the weapons, we'll have to change the upper arms, that kind of stuff. But those would work very well for what we're trying to show. So let's go ahead and pull out a whole bunch of these so we can just kind of play around, look at those, and see what that is going to yield. Corpse grinders. They're where you grind your corpses. All right. So that's all the corpse grinder arms. These are Tyranids. All right. What do we got here? That. I want to make a Rat King warband. Hell yeah, Possum. Fucking love Rat King. Love mod. She's great. Love that mod. Old bog bodies. Old mod bog bodies. Hair, come on. That one might have been mine, not a wig hair. Let's see, are these hands roughly the same size? They seem like... That one's bigger. That one's definitely a bigger hand. That one is the size that we need. Big, beefy. There we go. Okay, that's two. This one might be the same size. Nope, it's on that size, which means it'll be good for the others. It's pretty much... We've only got two that are really that big, beefy hand. These are going to be so sick. This is very much what I was looking for. So that's a good one. So that one would work. I think this one would work. No, it's the same size as that. So these two are definitely the same size. That one's the same size. Smaller, smaller. Smaller. That's a big hand. That's a big hand. That's good. Okay. I wanted to demo it with the homie under the dice, and we never got around to it. Mostly because you're running MTG Tangent Party in the basement. Damn. Magic the Gathering party in the basement. Sometimes that's just what you gotta do, though. Okay. So I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to snip that. Right there at the elbow. We're not going to be using the spear, though I do like it. But I like that arm. I like that angle on that arm. It's going to be good. It just still seems small. And I could always bulk it up. Yeah, that hand seems small compared to, say, that one. That one looks more in the right size. I just did all that, and now I'm just like, well, maybe I need to... See, that's the perfect size hand. That's the perfect size hand for what we're trying to build right here. We can make that work. The other size hand that matches this is this one. They are not the same size. Now we could go a different route. So our chieftain has a, if I believe correctly, a mace and a knife. I think most of our guys do. The only exception would be the Minotaur, who has a halberd. That's going to be so good. I'm already very excited about that. The only one that differs is going to be, hey, I got some bigger models over there. Let me, where'd those go? And the hands for $14.90 aren't going to be the same size. Oh my goodness. Hey, teddy bear. Excuse me. Such a good baby. That's a good hand. Okay, orcs. Orcs for the win. I knew it. I just had to look harder and I'd find the right bits. Sometimes you just gotta go over here. Sometimes you just gotta go over here. And then you'll find what you're looking for. That's a good hand. Yeah, okay. I like that hand. Okay. So, 1 second, my sweets. That hand is covered in some shit. That hand is also covered in some shit. That's just a bunch of Space Marine parts. I will be back in just a second. I'm just looking through my bits, trying to see what I've got that will work for what we're trying to do. That's a pretty big, beefy hand, but I don't think it's beefy enough. I might have to sculpt the hand, and that's fine. I just need to make sure that that's the case before we start doing it. I'm thinking that orc hand that I just found from the Blood Bowl team, though, should be the correct proportions. Yeah, I'm sure there is a box around here with so much shit in it that is just full of all the sized hands that I need, but I don't remember where. That's why we gotta organize all this stuff, and as soon as I'm done with that, then we can do a tour, my sweets. Oh, hey, it might be in here. Fuck me. Yeah, this looks like a promising hole to dig around in. We are going to have to organize this stuff. Here's some hooves. Those will be handy, but they've kind of got some ghosty kind of stuff on them, so I might just end up sculpting. All right, well, I've got one hand. One hand down. Look at this fucking power gamer. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Is that too big? I don't think it is. I think that's the right size hand, and I think that would match. Yep, it would match with that size hand. And this one is not doing anything. It's just holding. So I kind of like the idea of having a free hand. That way it can be reaching for a weapon that is on its waist or whatnot. Yeah, I don't mean to be a power gamer. It's more of a... I took what everyone told me to. except for you, Possum. I did not take everything that you told me to. I did make an exact copy of your list. I did not do that. Which it seemed like it would be a good list and a fun list, but I kind of wanted to make sure that I got 2 Warhounds, the Minotaur, and other than stripping, I think, equipment from others to kind of make them less optimal and make him more optimal, I think this was just the most logical course. But with all that said, I don't want to come off as a power gamer. That's not the intent. Okay, we're gonna have to do a different fucking hand. This one is too big, but these are the hands that I need. So we're gonna grab these orcs. These are the Blood Bowl team orcs. I'm gonna pick which one has a hand that I can do the most with. That one's completely covered in metal on the back. This one's covered in metal on the back. I think all of these are going to be covered in metal on the back, which means I'm going to have to do some sculpting. And I was trying to avoid that, but it's okay. We'll make it work. Which one of these has the easiest hand to access? That one's probably the easiest right here. I think it's this one. Now, I do not care for the armor that is on there, and I do not care for that. But we can fix that, and we can wrap it. We can fix this. That's a good arm. That's a good arm, and it is a good arm proportionately for that body. So, snip, snip, baby. Thank you for your arm. We give thanks to you. These are going back in the box. Oh my goodness. Margot! Hello. Hi. Hi. Hi, Margot. How are you, princess? That's good. Do you want to say hi to everybody? You do? Well, come over here and I'll pick you up. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just gotta come here. All right, she did it. Margot, the Toffee Tiger Princess. Margot, everybody loves her. She's the best. Okay. Hi, everybody. Make sure to tune in later today and listen to the first ever episode of Piss Pants. It's the best fucking podcast you've ever seen in your entire life. In fact, you might say it's so good you'll listen to it forever and ever and ever. Okay, bye. Hi, princess. She's dead. Hey, princess. Such a good girl. Got your little seat over here. You can come sit with me if you want, whenever you want. But you don't have to. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and come on. There's so many Margot hairs now. What a good baby. Man, people always ask me, how did your babies get so good? I'm just like, well, you gotta raise them good. Raise your babies good and they'll be good. Margot heard power gaming and she ran to come tune up your list. She was like, oh man, no, you want a power game? I'll show you how to smash them into a fucking paste. Okay? And I was like, Margot, that's the opposite. Oh. Well, I'm gonna smash you into a fucking paste then. That's what Margot would say. Bam! Coffee's done, babies. Coffee's done. Okay. Go ahead and we'll get these arms put in here. We're making progress. It's not the quickest, but it's progress nonetheless. Honey. What? What time is it? Well, first off, we're going to get rid of these stinky beastmen. Let me show you these little Skaven guys. Some Trash Town Sewer boys. That was the name of my Blood Bowl team. If you ever played on PlayStation and ran into a guy running a Skaven team called the Trash Town Sewer Boys, that was me. Or the Charneltown Saints, my Chaos team, which were pretty nasty. And then the Crispy Sisters was my Nurgle team, which is a reference to China, Illinois. I know, are you, honey, where are you? Why don't you come sit in your chair? Hey, come sit in this chair. Have a great time. Hang out with us. Dad, you dropped a piece. I don't know where it went. Oh my goodness, such a good baby. Anywho, alright, let's get back to... That's too long. And that's too sharp of a bend. Or not sharp enough, technically. Okay. First off, get rid of all these stinky beast men. It's like, but Margot, they're cat boys. She's like, oh, you didn't tell me they were cats. You know, I actually like cats. Such a good baby. Oh my gosh. Margot, what are you doing? You're just sitting on a little mailer. You ready to go in the mail? Just ready to fix this whole operation. Just give me the word. I will get all those postal workers ungruntled. I know how. What do you need, princess? Attention. Does she like boys? She likes her brother. And her dad, but she's like, yeah, my dad's not really a boy, he's my dad. Margot, do you like cat boys? Boy cats? Yes. Yeah, she's a fan. Maybe? More than Beastmen? Well, definitely more than Beastmen. Definitely more than Beastmen. Honey. Girl, you are being so rotten. Come here. You can sit with me, but you gotta be well behaved, okay? Be on your best behavior. You gotta be sponsotrilatrans. Okay, well, this is gonna be a little difficult if you don't scooch back a little bit. Just, Dad, let me do what I want. Okay, well, we got Margot now. And now we can get back to drilling these little parts. We're gonna have to adjust this camera angle. Right there is where I need to have my hands. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay. Margot, how do you feel about the allegations that you are spoiled completely rotten? I don't even recognize them. Never even heard that. Preposterous. Preposterous. That seems like the right length. Yeah, right about there. Yep. That's what we want, Margot. Look at that, Margot. Thoughts? I'm not looking. I'm not gonna look at that, Dad. I refuse. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. Okay, so now we need to cut a little bit of this metal off because I don't want that there. We probably will have some kind of, fuck it. We might actually just shave all of that off. We're gonna go ahead and shave a little bit of this while it's still not glued on. Also, happy Wednesday, everybody. Okay. She refuses to acknowledge your hobby until you get your list 100% optimized. Are you even maxed out on heroes? No, I'm not maxed out on heroes. Margot finds that very... She's so offended, she's just going to leave. It's just, okay, you're not even maxed out. You're not even maxed out on heroes, Dad. What the fuck are we doing here? Do you even know what Mordheim is? Are you even heard of Mordheim? I'm leaving. And that's what she did. No. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 heroes. So I know some people count the beast or the big guys, minotaurs, rat ogres as heroes. I'm not sure if we're doing that in our group or not. But while I really like the idea of a Centaur, they are not my preferred. Like, I think I would like to do something a little different than use them right out the gate. I definitely want, the Minotaur was not a, there was no option. We had to start with a Minotaur because I think that's Heroes for Injury, not Exploration. Oh. So I have I have only 4 of them. Yeah, I have 4 heroes that can explore. My Shaman, my 2 Bestigors, and then our Chieftain. These are things that I need to learn, I suppose. We're gonna shave that too. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. This all kind of ties in with what I was saying about like time. It's just like, man, often I get very hung up. See, and that's why I'm just like, I don't think I'm a power gamer. I want to play like the warbands in a specific way, and I would rather have a suboptimal set to like have them play how they do in my head, if that makes sense. Which the Centaur, I feel like if anything, he's going to be like a loner from a lore background kind of standpoint, whereas the others are very much, there's a hierarchy, a pecking order, divided into 2 different little groups. The more animalistic underneath the Minotaur, and then the ones that are more aware underneath the Chieftain. There we go. So let's find where that elbow is. Elbow should be right here. How are you going to pay for Margot's kitty chow if you aren't bringing in the weird stone? Ah, the more weird heroes, the higher chance of bringing in more weird stone. Yeah, that's... I know. Margot and I are really trying to do the whole, like, don't worry about money right now. Just do what you think needs to be done. But whenever she finds out, she's like, okay, well, what about your chow? She's like, okay, well, that wasn't on the table when we started talking. If that's up for it, Dad, you need to get your power gaming level up now. Is there any way you can bring something that's got a 2-up, 3-up, or a 2-up, 2-up invuln? How do you get your 2-up invuln in this game? That's step one. 2-up invuln rerolled. Protected by Jumbo. Margot and the power of capitalism. That's going to be fucking rad. Okay. We got to fix this. I'm not used to... So maybe I need to raise it a little bit and adjust the camera back where it was. This is where I keep my hands. Man, hey, what do you know? That worked perfectly. Okay. Yep, it just needed to go back where it was. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. There's the head right here. Yep. That's going to work. So we've got our little hands. We just now need to fill in where the arms go. We're going to need to remove some of that detail. Let's see. This one's got hands, or arms at least. They have arms. Dad, I need you to slap Eldred on the table and tell them to deal with it. Deal with that. What you guys know about a couple 1,000-year-old supreme warlocks? Margot's all about warlocks. That's for damn sure. And she also likes the Eldar, because they're about as cat-like as it gets in 40k. They're just cat people. And I get that. You know, it just kind of makes sense. Have been the whole time. Okay, these mummy hands probably are not going to be needed. And we've made lots of small piles to get a whole bunch of random shit mixed up in now. So that's good. That's one of the first things on the list. Make a bunch of piles that we can get our shit real mixed up in. Cut a couple of bits. Ruin a couple bits. Not ruin. Alter beyond all ability to fix them. That's going to be really good for an arm, though, for one of these guys. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Do we have any wire? There we go. Nope. No. Hey, found it. Sometimes I don't really want to go full bore and use the green floral wire because it is thicker. It's a thicker gauge. Isn't there a confirmed cat people in 40k? Are there? So I know there's Grinx, Gyrinx, Gyrinx, Grinx. And Grinx are a familiar. They're a psychic type of beast. The most well-known one is probably the Eldar. What's her name? Well, one of the Eldar heroes that came out when they started bringing. She's the one that everyone has fan art of her and Robote Gilman. She has a Grinx, Gyrinx, and they've been around for a very long time. But it's a familiar that over time slowly starts to take on the appearance of its quote-unquote owner, its companion, whoever it has latched to. That's good. Okay, it's right there. And I used a completely different the metal that I said I wasn't going to use. I used it. It's fine. We'll make this work. Put that arm in here. Yeah, no, I don't know if there are more directly confirmed cat people in 40k than that. I was not completely aware. But let's stick that in there. And then I believe it's pee time. Ba-da-da, pee time. Gonna have a great time. That looks good. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, felinids are an abhuman race that are more discriminated against than ogres or ratlings. Well, when did this happen? When were these added to the lore? This is important. What the fuck? How have we made it this far and I've not heard of this? Wait a minute. Are they actually a thing? Are they canonical? Canon. In the back of the 8th edition main rulebook. So yes, catgirls are still canon. Never described in detail. They exist and they're feline hybrids of some kind, whether they're catgirls with wheels and a tail, humanoid cat furries, or something else is unknown. Recently it's 2021. All right. Well, that... All right. Well, we just found a whole new, very large project that we can do now. Didn't know that was on the table. I didn't know that was on the table as an option, so... Well, we're going to have to make a whole bunch of those. I'm in. All right, I'm going to go pee on that note. I'll be right back, my friend.
she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just fur and teeth and blood and bitter angry groans.
And we're back. Man, I gotta tell you, I did not think I would be finding out that there were canonical kitty people in Warhammer today. That was not on my bingo. Didn't know it was an option. Man. And just like that, I'm done working on Mordheim stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm so funny. Margot, honey, what do you need, princess? I need you to stop streaming. You started late. We have to stop now. But it's not even time for early stopping. That's the debt you pay. Alrighty. So, we are just scratching down. This hand. Margot, honey, girl, where even are you? I gotta, girl, are you upstairs? Are you just upstairs screaming, like where you know I can hear you? Are you upset that Theo's here? He's just hanging out in his chair being a good baby. Put a tower down here. You've cleaned out a space. Put a tower. People want to see me. They can't see me if I'm in the floor. Okay? Okay. I'll be right back. I have to go see what she is screaming about. Girl. Hey, girl. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Margot has just been screaming at me from upstairs. So I had to check everything she possibly could be needing. And maybe I figured it out, maybe I didn't. You know how it is. It's hard keeping everything that little diva needs in check. Okay. Girl? You can come up here, but you've got to be a good helper, okay? You can sit right there. You're wearing me out, child. You are a full-time job. I know. You fucking tell him. Don't encourage her, possum. I'm already told that I spoiled her too much and that she has unreasonable expectations. And I realize that everyone watching this will now agree with my wife on that, because maybe I didn't handle that in the best way I should have. Maybe she needs to not just scream until she gets what she wants, but she's good, and I can't help it. You are good. You do a great job. I'm proud of you. Okay. And it seems like she's the princess. She is the princess. She does do what she wants. I've tried explaining that to Kelly. She just doesn't get it, you know? Well, you know, if you were the princess, you'd get everything you want too. But there's only one. I'm the princess. You can be something else. I don't know. That needs to be cut just a little bit. No, it needs to go like that. And we just need to add a little bit more cloth. Yeah, I like that. Hey, look at us making actual progress. You okay? You did a little twitch. I'm fine. Your life is in devotion to her. And you are the present. I am the peasant. You got some little eye boogies. Let me get them. Dad, no. Not on camera. Not on camera. Don't do this on camera. Sorry. Trying to take my bugs. You don't have to leave. I won't get them. I promise. Lies. Alrighty. Yeah. You are so rotten, child. The most rotten baby in the world. Okay. Before we cut off this hand and make this bit exponentially more fiddly, let's go ahead and clean it up. Drill a little hole in it. but she's got everything she could need upstairs, I guess. She got the attention. Now she's on her way. Yep. Bye. Okay. So we've got that in there now. I'm just cutting out these little bits in between the fingers. So that whatever that hand is holding will slide through there and we'll be able to see it. And then we're going to go back up here, make that a little bit more of how a hand actually looks when it's holding something. We will fix that whenever we feed whatever little mace or whatever we decide to put in there into there. We'll fix that with some sculpting. But I know it's going to be more difficult at a different angle, so I'm just doing this part now to make that a little bit easier for myself when that time comes. It's 9:21. My chair is now lowered in order to accommodate a Margot who is no longer here. So I guess we're going to go ahead and raise our chair back up. And then we're going to cut that hand off and glue it. As soon as I do that, she's going to come back and start screaming. I can feel it in my bones. Alrighty. Okay. Where did that little piece of wire go? I don't know. We're going to need to grab a different piece of wire then. Because I don't really want to blow out that plastic, and that's what's going to happen if we keep fucking with that. Take that, feed it into there. So now that's set. And cut here. That is a good length to feed down into there. Pinning. It's a rule now. It's not a rule now. Not for you all. But for me, I always just pin everything. I don't like knowing that a piece is just barely held on with some super glue. So I have a tendency to overpin damn near everything. But my stuff typically survives falls off the table or getting bumped or stuff like that pretty well, if not completely unscathed. So there is a little bit of method and reason to the madness. Yeah, okay. So now we have his hand there. So he's holding a mace, just kind of up. And his sacrificial knife on that side. Got one arm there. These two are going to need arms. These guys need arms and heads. And our heads, I think, yeah, we did figure those out. We're going to use the Skaven heads. That'll be good. That'll be good. These guys. These three. this one. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, you three little goofballs. You're gonna need some arms. First and foremost, we're going to have to change that angle so he's not completely bending over almost. We're going to try to bring it back this way. Go ahead and we'll do that now. These little feet are going to have to go. Hold on, did I? Yeah, okay. Did I make him too short? Nah, he's just stockier, just a beefier boy. And that armor plate also kind of covers up. Okay, yeah, no, we're good. We're still good. He might need to come up a little bit. Just a smidgen. Hard to say. No, I think he's good. I think he's good, and if anything, we can have him kind of standing a little bit in some mud. But I don't want him to be too huge, don't want him to be too small. That's looking good. The legs, though, are going to have to change a little bit. Where's the one that has hooves? This one has hooves. So we're going to clip these feet off. Yeah, they do not have the same, they do not all have the same kind of feet, so. Bird feet, let's remove them. I think that guy. No, I'm late. Mowgli, welcome. Welcome, my friend. Ha ha ha. Good to see you. Good to see you. There we go. Well, you missed me posting and then having to immediately remove the first episode of the podcast. But I'm going to fix that and get it, or I've got it fixed. I now just have to re-upload it. There we go. That seems right. That's the right height, I think. Just a little bit more. That way his hooves are not completely in the dirt. How are you, Mowgli? Zoinks, Mowgli. So no work today, I claimed sick. If I show up late, I'll lose as much of a point as if I didn't show up. Yeah, no, don't do that then. Yeah, don't give him your time like that. That's some bullshit. And we don't stand for that here. It's been a wild morning. So I found out about felinids. Felinids. I've been meaning to ask, how do you get the circular disc the minis are on? Oh, those are bases. So they typically come with models when you purchase them. And sometimes, depending on how big the thing is, if there's not a base that is meant, like if it's something that I've made, like Grief, I had to print Grief space. So I just have a file. I'm going to have to get some more metal. Hey, everything's nice and organized now, though, so that's good. Right, guys? If I need... Man, look how easy that was, and I've just been fucking putting it off all morning. Anxiety, baby. hot damn. That absolutely just warranted how much fucking effort it is to organize stuff. Because that seriously used to be very, very, very stressful. Trying to find where my pinning wires are. How are you pushing the pin into it? Is it squishy? No, so essentially I will drill a hole. I drill a pilot hole, and I'll do that on the base as well. So I've already drilled holes in here, so it's already fed in. And then, yeah, I'll do that right here. I'll show you. So this is pinning. I've got, this is pretty much almost my standard sized pin hole, and I can tell you what the gauge is of that. That way there's no question. Upside down. I do that every time. So I take the battery out of here because it'll die if I don't. It won't turn off fully. What is the gauge of this? This is just shy, if not right at 1 millimeter. So I make a 1 millimeter hole using this pin vise. Unrelated, I need to know how tall this guy is. 24, 25 is going to be, is it 28? 28. It'll be 28. Okay, we'll go with that. That's funny. That's going to be needed elsewhere. So, essentially I have a 1 millimeter hole. This is, if I'm not mistaken, a 1 millimeter. It's a little bit, so this is just a slightly bigger piece of metal. And this is just floral wire. As far as the gauge, I want to say 20. I want to say this is 20 gauge floral wire, and I want to say this is 18. The coated that I have is 18. It's a little bit stronger, but this is just floral wire you can pick up at like any craft store. And typically I'll drill my hole. It's not usually exactly the right size, but that's very close to the size that I need. So I've got my holes drilled, and we want to make sure that we just go deep enough that it has something to actually bond to and to hold it like kind of in place. Then we feed this bit into there. There is 0.1 millimeter of like extra like wire to the hole, so we do have to kind of push it in there so it'll fit nice and tightly. And then from here we're going to bend this down. I should have done that before, but yeah, I'll do that on the next one instead of bending this, because this is doing exactly the opposite of what I'm trying to do. But no, it's okay. So that lets me know where we are as far as height wise. I know the base is about yay deep, so I want to account for his hooves that he's going to have. So right about there should be good, which means I'll cut it right about here-ish. Be a little bit higher. Let's see. Yeah. And then I will take that and I'll figure out where on the base he's going to stand. So probably about there is where the hole needs to go. So then I just push this in here pretty good. Sick was wondering how the Minotaur was moonwalking. Yeah, so the Minotaur essentially, he is just glued down. His feet are big enough that there's just a lot on there, so I don't really feel like, I didn't feel like I had to pin him. Yeah, now as far as the shaman, yeah, he's essentially got wires cut, fed down into there. So he is good. My doctor's office is calling me. I will call you all in just a little bit and play phone tag with you again. All the time. So, let's put this guy in here. The hole is going to be right about there. Oh yeah, I already put a hole in here. So, and then take the same pin vise, find the hole, too, it looks like. Anyhow, so find the hole, feed that onto it, and just drill down into it. And then we are going to feed this into there. It's a little bit easier to kind of push it just because the plastic for the bases is not going to be as thick. So then we have that one. That's going to be good. The next hole is going to go right about there-ish. But let's go ahead and do that. Before we do that, though, we are going to fix the same issue that we just had by not doing it that way. We're going to push this in, get as far in as we can go. That is where the bend needs to be. So, see that's right there. So we're going to come here. We're going to bend. That way when we push that in, it only goes so far, and I don't have to bend the plastic as well underneath of there to get that pin to seat. Thank you for showing me this. I assumed the bottom was super hard and then the top had foam or something. Oh no, no problem at all. It's all in the stuff I got to do. So I appreciate the questions. But yeah, there we go. And then we're just going to pull that out real quick, put some super glue in. And again, not everybody pins. I really do like knowing that they're not going to fall out or come off the base while I'm playing with them, working on them, painting on them, anything like that. And we can feed this one down in here. Find that the hole's going to be right about there. So then we just put our other hole there. And then push this guy in. And then we're going to super glue it from both sides. Now that one might be a little harder to force. We'll see. Let's raise this up a little bit. Put that one in. I might need to use pliers or make the hole a little bit bigger. Yeah, I need to make the hole a little bit bigger because I don't have the pliers to help force it since it's already connected. Alright, hole's just a little bit bigger and now it slides in perfectly. So now we just need to get that leveled right. Yeah, okay, that is a little bit more about like there. That's where we're wanting it. This guy's going like there. Okay, and now he's standing up straight. Gonna lean back. So then we're gonna super glue this side, that side, super glue the bottom, over here. Hit it with some zip kicker. No, absolutely, it makes it structured. Yeah, exactly. I have some models that definitely should go back and pin, but I'm lazy. Well, if they haven't popped off yet, you're good. That's the thing. Like, I don't typically, unless I have had something specifically break in a certain way and I like see that before, I don't pin everything. Like the Minotaur, I have no fears of his feet coming off of that base just because there's enough surface area that it will adhere really well. But anything with like human feet, typically, I'll have to pin. I read your earlier comment about getting dark soon. Yeah, no, I would like to go on a walk in the dark with you, Possum. Oh, well, yeah, if they break multiple times, that's when I fix it, just because I know that that's something that's going to bug me. Let's snip that, or at least try to. Should have done that in an opposite direction as opposed to just that way. Okay. So how does this guy stand in comparison now? Pretty close. Pretty close. Their feet, I'm not going to try to make all their feet the same, exact same, because I do want them to have a different kind of stances and whatnot, as well as different kind of makeup. I want to kind of show the variety of little awful nightmare kitty beast, man. Yeah, you're talking about daylight savings time. It's definitely throws me off. Daylight savings time, time zones especially. Just because where I live, time zones are already just a big enough pain in the ass. It's like I constantly have to think about like, oh, okay, it's my time here. What time is it for so and so? And that's fine. Time zones work. That makes sense. It's just when we start, only some of us using a different time zone or a time like than what we have been. That's whenever I get like, what the fuck are we even doing? And then when you learn why, it's just like, okay, well, why didn't we stop? It's just like, well, my girl watched my rot maxing. Jesus Christ. What does this say? Okay. No, I don't have any questions. Man, oof. Okay, my girl lost my rot maxing blanket. Now it smells so good, but I miss my stench. Also, the smell is super strong. It's giving me a headache. Yeah, that happens. I get that. Rot maxing. I get the rot max life. I used to go on walks in the dark all the time. It rocked. I would take this path through the hills that was nice and dark so you could see the stars more. And I would pass by the cemetery and park. No, that sounds chill as hell. That sounds real rad. So this guy, we've got a little bit more room to play with. So we're going to do about like that. That'll factor for a foot, and then a little bit into the base. And then this one's legs are not as bonkers as the other one were, as far as an angle goes. So we can definitely work with that a little bit more. Feeding that in, feeding it in. And then we're gonna take this guy right here and bend. Boop. Hey. Now that's a good looking kitty boy. I have a secret pond lake. It's a lake-sized pond hidden in the woods around where that's awesome. Secret. Possum's secret lake. Like secret window, but a lake. Okay, so right there, it's going to be one of the holes. And then out here will be another. And I'm just kind of widen that just a little bit, a little twist turn, not as quick of a just straight push down. That one's going right there. Make sure your little hands are not too close when doing that so you don't stab yourself with the pin vise. Gotta tell you, if I had $1 for all the times I've stabbed myself with the pin vise, I would have a lot of dollars. Does not feel good. I want to get lost. Get lost in the woods. Just fucking dirt. I wish I had woods. We don't get that shit here. Man. The Lion, the Witch, and the lake. Oh wait, no, it was possums. It was Possum's secret lake. Ah. Yeah, I have not gone on walks. It's just so, the summers here are fucking nightmarish. Humidity is just so high all the time that it's really hard to, it's fall though now, so we're like in really good walk season. So it has been nicer the past couple days, and we did go, we walked around. We didn't go for a walk though. We walked 2 places. This bad boy is almost out of glue. Okay. Yeah. Best decors. We should get a house together. Call it a content house. Hell yeah. Did a hike through the desert with the homie once though. That's wild. Where the wild things are. Yeah. No, man, I love where the wild things are. Jesus. So many missed calls. So many voicemails. That's not necessary, y'all. Oh my gosh. You're stressing me out. Not you all. They are. All right. I was late today, so we got like 25 minutes before. I'm probably going to call it a done, just because I got here about 10, 15 after. What else is needing done? I know a lot of arms on them boys. They're all pinned to their bases now. So everything is pinned to a base. I really prefer working. Oof, I'm good on that. I like shade from the desert biome. Desert biomes. Alrighty. So we're gonna need 2 arms for each of these boys. This one's already got one. I think that's a good arm for him. Kind of bring that down with some clay. Alrighty. So probably about like that. And we're going to remove that little side. That way he's kind of, yeah. That is the right size hand, right? Yes. Okay. Roughly the same size hand. Bigger than normal because he's a beast man. Beefy boy. Let's go ahead and cut that there. Just seems like it'll be the easiest way to go about doing what we're wanting. Put these with the corpse grinder bits, that way we can put them back in. Wear a small shoulder cloak and a long cardigan to keep the sun off. That's rad. People probably thought I was going to sacrifice my friends, because you did. You sacrificed them to the heat. Oh man. Sacrifice to the heat gods. Sometimes you just got to do that though. I get it. There's no judgment here, Wilson. On my end, anyway. Mowgli might be judging you for your sacrificing your friends to the heat gods. I would never. Sometimes that's just what has to happen. Okay. Alrighty, and then we are going to put a hole in here. Yeah, and all these spots where there is no plastic, I'm gonna sculpt. You guys know that. So they wanted to go, not me, and we hiked Hellhole Canyon, but we didn't make it to the waterfall. Oh man, Hellhole Canyon. That sounds ominous. Is it like a desert, or is it? So there's a waterfall. Why is the waterfall called Hellhole? This sounds suspicious. Sounds like a trap. Sounds like you lured some people into the woods. Perhaps not the woods. Okay, that looks good. Boop. Beep. Bop. Alrighty. Elbow's gonna go right about yay. So the arm should bend right about here. Correct? Is that gonna give us the same arm, elbow? Yeah, okay. Got it in one, baby. Eventually, after doing this long enough, you just get really good at eyeballing it. Sometimes. So there's a hole going in there. I might have still made it just a little bit too long after I was like, ooh, toot my own horn. Toot toot toot. Nope. Elbow should be there-ish. Right? Elbow is there. Yep. Arm goes up. Yeah, okay. I was just a little bit off. It's right there is where the hole's going to be. Don't get cocky, kid. It is in the desert, yes. Then we stop for soup at this cute little place in a mining town. The mountains on the way back. That's fun. Kelly has family that is near Calico Ghost Town, which is pretty fun. It's always fun when you live near a ghost town. You know, if you're ever like, I'm going to go look for dim ghosts. Bend this the opposite direction. So we're going to take 2 pairs of pliers. One pair is going to hold this. We're going to rotate that just a little bit. Still not quite there. Push this forward a little bit. Back. And it's just kind of just a little bit of a working game, trying to figure out where the angles need to be. That is where the elbow is. Elbow bends like that. Bam, got it, got it. Well, yeah, no, that's good. Did I put that too low, maybe? No, it's good. There we are. It does need to turn a little bit more that way, though. So, we need to hold this like that. We want it to go that way. Hey, there we go. Almost got it in one. We didn't. It took a long time. Not as long as it could have, though. Everyone I know is lame. We have a ghost forest. That's fucking rad. A ghost forest? Dude, I would go to a ghost forest if I had one all the time. They'd be like, man, where's Eli? He's in the ghost forest still. Still? Yes. I don't know if he's ever coming back. Life just makes more sense in the ghost forest, you know? For some. That's a little bit smaller of a hand. That's the same size hand. think. Yeah, it might be a little bit bigger. This one's good though. That one definitely will do it. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Snip, snip, snip. Snipping away my problems until I find some more. And then I gotta snip those two. Snip, snip, snip. Bomb. Okay. So this, wow, that worked out really well. It's going to be where our little stick that holds our weapon's head goes. We're going to go ahead and snip this forearm. It used to be an asylum that got shut down because they were abusing patients, and now it's a Christian resort with an armed guard. Huh. That is a bit of a change. It's a wild change. Yeah, those are very, that's some opposite end of the spectrum. Huh. Yeah, don't abuse mental patients. Don't abuse any patients. That's really that's the takeaway from there for me. Let's not abuse people at the hospital. It seems pretty common courtesy. That's sad. Bad feels, bad feels. Okay. Elbow. Elbow connected to the jumbo. Elbow goes right there. Maybe right about here. Elbow. That arm is kind of wonky. We're gonna have to cut that. Okay. That's higher than I intended for it to be. Right there. Still a little bit too high. Alrighty, there we go. That looks better. And then it's going to go up and over a little bit. And right about there. That's where it's going to feed in. A little too high. So the bend is going to take some of that measuring as well. Yep. Yep. Okay. snip this. I love effing forest. I love forests. Yeah, I proposed to my wife at the one that is closest to us, Bernheim. It's very pretty. Fuck, that's looking good. That's gonna look real good. Yeah, okay. So once I get the head on there, that stance is gonna be real fun. Just kind of hunched back. Yeah. Haunched back. Looks like it's kind of going like that. That's going to be a fun model. Okay, so we got 3 more arms that we need to add, and then we need to put the limbs on the cat boys. Just figuring out, or not the cat boys, but the warhound cat boys. Oh wait, elf in really hurts the peen. What? You just have to watch out for splinters. Really hurts the peen. Oh wait, elf in, not effing. I love effing forests. I love forests. Yeah, well, you got to be careful with that. You don't want to. Oh God, it's my favorite part though. Oh, man, I'm sleepy. Why am I so sleepy today? Got too much stuff to do. All right, Grebo's got 3 hours, 3 minutes. Greeblin's got 1 day, 6 hours, 38 minutes. It's looking good though. Very pretty Grebo. Very pretty Greeblin. Today is Wednesday. So I've got to finish painting the little catapult. I need to look back over Fall of Rothenburg's final scenario to make sure I've got everything that needs to be done. And I got to get my stuff together to take my buddy Alan so we can get some really nice pictures taken. And also he's going to show me some tips and tricks. I will get the podcast up. Yeah, so expect to see that like in the next 30 minutes after we get off of here. The podcast I did with Shankly Piss Pants. The first episode should be up. I'm just going to upload it to YouTube first and foremost. I tried to put it over on the fourth wall, but it's just so much to figure out. There's just so much of that stuff that I still need to spend time figuring out, and I want to make sure that I get it out there, so it will be on YouTube. It's a very silly picture of Margot. Is this the background picture? It seems right for Piss Pants. And I think that's good. All right. It's Wednesday, my dude. Cool, you can watch a movie before Greeblin gets finished. That is true. That is true. I could watch a movie before Greeblin is finished. And I know you've got a movie that you're waiting for me to watch. I promise I am going to watch it. You have my word. This hand, is that the same size? Yeah, that's the same size hand. So let's go ahead and snip that. Snip this. Whole bunch of corpse grinder hands cut and repurposed. It's a running joke. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, yesterday I just spent so much time trying to get that damn podcast edited and able to where you can hear it, see it, all those things. And And man, I thought I had it, and then I woke up this morning and went to go do the thing, and I listened to it after uploading it, and I was just like, son of a bitch, there's no audio. So I have double checked everything. I have re-recorded it. The video works on my end. So now it's just a matter of putting it up. Need to put a hole in here. We are probably going to trim some of that arm off because it's very beefy. Big old beefy arm. I hate all the hair that is still somehow on my desk. Come on, hair, quit it. It's the wig. It's the curse of the wig. It's followed me into the waking world. Yeah, that's such an obscenely beefy arm. I'm gonna grab this one. Where is the elbow? Show me that elbow. It's right about there. Elbow. So we need to go a little bit further down. Yeah. To accommodate for the bend. There we go. I think that's good. Maybe a smidgen further down. Yep, that's it. And then the bend to go into the shoulder should be right about here-ish. Bring it a smidgen further down again because of that. You'll get to it right after Junkhead. I'm sorry, guys. I'll know when you've seen it because when you come to do the intro, it won't be uplifting. It will be dark good morning, sweets. Awesome, I'll just watch Junkhead today. You watch Come and See. I need to yap with someone who appreciates movies. I tried watching it with Buddy. Why? Buddy has only seen a total of 10 movies in his life and he didn't see how good it was. Oh wow, 10? That's not very many movies. Did I get that right? A little bit lower. Just a smidgen though. Right there. That should be it. That's it. And then we'll go ahead and cut that. This is going to go up in there. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Just a bit because I have a feeling that we're going to need to do a little bit of wiggling around in there. That needs to go deeper, I guess. Okay. Almost dropped my knife in my lap, but I called it blade side out. All right, come on. There we go. Yes, that's good. That's going to be a good pose. Put some super glue in there. Lock that in. Yeah, that's going to be good. Okay, now we just have the other arms. The amount of time I yelled in his face with such just one. You haven't seen Plank? But it's cool because I get to show them every movie I wish I could watch for the first time. I absolutely have been there. That's how my roommate Sean was when we started to live together. The amount of movies that I had not seen, and then I just absolutely, man, I'm really hoping we never see Eli hurt himself on stream. You're very clumsy, my friend. Oh yeah, no, if you go back, you definitely can watch me put a pin vise into my hand. I haven't done any of the, oh yeah, that needed stitches, but I just used a butterfly bandage cuts. But yeah, no, I am kind of clumsy. Sigh. It happens. It happens sometimes. Sometimes your little brain's just doing other things, and then it's just like, oopa doopa 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 doop doop doo. We need to find some left hands. You know what I mean? There's a left hand. That's a left hand, but it's smaller. That's left hand, but it's bigger. These hands match. Are they the same? They're roughly the same size. Is that gonna look weird? No, it's not gonna look weird at all. We're gonna love it. Jesus, that's a beefy arm. That is a comically beefy arm. That one's much better. Why are these hands so beefy? So that's one. And these seem so small. Small little baby hands. All right, well, we got one hand at least. These are a little too small for what we're doing, unless that one. Is that one right? That one looks like it might be right. I think that one is okay. That one's okay. Yeah, that one's good. Okay, nope, we got two. Let's do the thing. I'll try to watch my hands. I'll watch Junkhead for you. After this movie, you won't be able to hear airplanes any other way. Oh, God. Yeah. That's always a good sign. It's like, well, how fucked up is that movie? Well, I always associate a sound now with something. Alrighty. There's one. Two. Those chain axes are good. They'll be used for something for certain. He gave me PTSD making this movie. Damn. Okay, that'll do it. I got PTSD vicariously. That's not fun at all. Okay, how long? 2 hours, 4 minutes. Okay, I think we're probably going to end it here, my sweets. Tomorrow we will pick back up here in just a little bit. You should see the first episode of Piss Pants, the podcast, pop up. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys like it. I think it's good. I think if you enjoy watching my streams, I think you'll enjoy listening to me and Shankly talk. If you have any interest in tabletop gaming, we go over a lot of things. We also just bullshit around. So I really think it's good. All right, I will go through real quick. I think it's just Mowgli, Possum, and Star today, right? Yeah. No, thank you guys so much. Thank you all so much. Yeah, you all be safe. Love you guys. Say it every time. I'll say it again. Your time is the most valuable thing that you have. So the fact that you enjoy spending it with me truly means the world to me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and always sit pretty. So until tomorrow, my friends. Yeah, I'll see you guys then. Thank you again. As always, you can support me at the fourth wall. Link is in the description. All right. Bye, friends.